Claire Torry is my hero. I've decided that track, "The Great Gig in the Sky," is now my clear favorite song from Dark Side of the Moon album. It took me a while to get there. I've listened to this album so many times since I recorded the reaction to it, and a bunch of people in the comments let me know the story behind the lyrics and how that or her Claire's vocal, I should say, and the lawsuit and the whole thing and how it was improvised and so forth. And man, that song, after hearing it so many times, it became my favorite. And then it's just so emotional uh, that it's like I you feel like kind of broken. I don't even know how I can describe it. It's as I go through this like whole YouTube thing, uh, I'm just rambling because I don't even know what to say. I'm leaning more and more into this idea of like kind of the audiophile sort of word, which I don't know if I'm at that level, but there's another great comment I got. I'll post it if I show it, but it was talking about hearing this album and just having the sound kind of just wash over you. And I thought that's like the description of how I do these reactions, because I love sound so much, and that's why I do them the way that I do them. But this album is like the absolute perfect example of that, where it's so captivating, uh, without even venturing into like the story and the lyrics. The sound is so potent that man, I cannot get enough of it. There's another great comment, I think I pinned it, that said, "This isn't music, this is history." And while I've been listening to this album over and over, I thought, and I think about this for my favorite, like my favorite bands, is it's not music, it's art, is how I would have described it. And now after hearing this so many times, this is absolutely in that category. And in fact, yesterday I did a live answering a question. Someone asked, "What are my what are my favorite?" Well, they knew my favorite band is Tool, and asked if there's any other bands that had come close to like unseating Tool as my favorite. Now, I'm not saying Pink Floyd is there, but this album is so good that I think I would put it. Uh, Pink Floyd might end up being in the top 3 for me for sure. Right now, it's like Tool and Sleep Token, and maybe Pink Floyd is gonna be the 3rd one. So why am I making this video right now? There's another comment I read, and I now I can't find it, but somebody said the well, when I did the reaction, I listened to the 50th anniversary remastered version, and there was a comment that said, I think that, or multiple comments who said like they weren't necessarily uh, they weren't happy with the remastered and preferred the like original release. So what I did this morning is I thought, okay, well, that sounds cool. Like if you think it sounds better, then I should probably check that out. So that's what I did this morning. So for the first time I listened to like quote unquote the original, right? I don't have a record player, but so I'm listening to it in Apple Music. And I was flipping back and forth between well, I started with, the first track. But then on Breathe, I was going back and forth on Breathe between 50th remastered and the quote original. And during Breathe, I thought, okay, the original sounded warmer to me. It's the only word I could come up with. It maybe that has to do with more like mid and low. It just felt like there's like this closeness or something about it that I thought, oh, okay, I think I'm hearing a difference. And in that moment, I did prefer the original. And so and then I just got into it and I just stopped flipping back and forth and I was just listening to the original. And then came, Time came on again, and I absolutely freaking love that song. The build and these weird like percussion elements where you don't they seem like kind of like randomized, and it's so exciting because you don't know where they're coming from. And then I got to The Great Gig in the Sky again, and I can't even breathe when that song comes on. And yeah, even now I don't even know how to talk about it. It's just such an emotional track. And maybe that's just for me. I don't know. But what I thought of in that moment was that's like that's like the whole thing. That's like what I look for in music and why I do these um, reactions the way that I do it is just it's the sound of the whole thing. And there's been multiple comments saying like, "Oh, you should take your favorite substance and then just lay back and listen to this album." And I mean, that's the whole thing for me is just enjoying the sound of the thing. Lyrics, instruments, even instrumentals, like it's I don't know, I just get such bliss from that. What is really surprising about that for me is that there's other people who obviously are that way and have like found this and left comments saying similar things. And for me, that's the entry to my favorite music is always just looking at like how does the whole thing sound, and that's like the outer layer of the onion. And then if you enjoy the sound, like not looking at lyrics or message, but like how does the sound make me feel, and if I enjoy that part of it, and that's what the reactions are. It's figuring out do I like what's going on here, and then listening over and over and over after that is like peeling away the layers of the onion because you get to learn more. You get into the lyrics, you hear the story about Claire, etc., and all those things are additive to what I already thought was like an extraordinary piece of art without noticing or knowing anything else about it. I didn't know what the songs were about. I didn't go into the lyrics. I just everything based off of purely what it sounds like. So this channel or doing the reactions this way has been me kind of exploring that direction and leaning harder and harder into that and just enjoying sound in general. I guess that maybe that makes me an audiophile type person. So when I originally started this channel, I was just looking for new music. I would do a reaction. My hope is people would say, "Hey, if you like that song, check out this other band or this other song by the same band." Now what I hope, instead of just like people giving me more recommendations, I hope I hope one of the outcomes from this is that other people find music that they wouldn't have heard and have the same experience that I'm having right now listening to Dark Side of the Moon for the first time. You find that one song or that album or that new band that feels like it's kind of a miracle that you found it. Like you didn't know it was there, but you feel like it was created specifically for you. Man, that's just the greatest feeling ever. I mean, to potentially find a new album or a new song or a new band that's going to be maybe your favorite. I mean, that's just so exciting. Just like the huge benefit of finding that stuff, finding a new album that you think is, oh my God, this is going to become one of my all-time favorites. And then imagine yourself like listening to it over and over and for however long, decades maybe, and the enjoyment that will bring instead of this reaction thing being so self-centered about like me finding new music. If I can find a way to pivot or turn it around so that the focus is on like really discovering new music and then sharing that with people and hoping that they also get to feel that that experience, or get to feel what it's that excitement of like, oh my god, this band is gonna change my life in some way. I hope that happens. I hope that happens for other people watching this. I think what's well, timing is everything, right? And well, like, why am I making this weird ass video of me just rambling on about an album? I don't know, but that's the impact of this Dark Side of the Moon album on me. Is it put me into a really really strange headspace, and like altered my reality. And no, I'm not on anything, as some comments recommended. Yeah, this one broke me, like literally broke me. I know that this album broke me is probably what a lot of people put in their title of their reaction video, but this is legit. So the question I'm asking now is what is next? Am I going to do another? Am I going to do more Pink Floyd, or move on to Muse? I don't know. I'm in that phase where I am already addicted to this album, and I just want to listen to it and nothing else right now. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next. I'm not sure when it'll happen next.